video is sponsored by Squarespace. Step 1 to going on a one-day vacation in the spring is to water everything really well. You know, it's nice to be able to, you know, take a night away. It would be nice to take 2 nights, but it's just not possible with, you know, having to take care of seedlings.
You have an ocean of trays.
I know. Shows how much work I have ahead of me. This is what I'll be doing for the next week.
How long does it take to plant a tray?
Takes 2 hours per bed. So like 2 hours per 400. So if I'm planting 1,000 per bed with the Lisianthus, because I'm planting them so densely, then it's going to take a little bit more than 2 hours. But, you know, in an 8-hour day, I could definitely do a greenhouse. You know, just doing this watering, though, takes forever. It takes 2 hours to water everything, because I have to pull it out and water it and put it back. And so, you know, I spend a day, I save a half an hour. I spend another day, you know, now I'm only down to 50% of the maintenance work. Like snowballing debt. I have a time debt in these plants, and the more I invest into them, the closer I get to my goals. Let's go! We made it! We made it! How long was the car ride?
99 minutes.
Welcome to our home for the night.
Wait, I got hot bunk.
No, they've been fired. Pretty nice.
Pretty nice.
It's actually like a lot nicer and newer than I thought it would be. Looks very BC-like. There's mountains. Okay, but we can't wait long because we gotta go to the pool.
How do you like the hot water, Leah?
You're a good host.
Come on, guys. Let's go. We're on our way home from the hot springs, and I think we just hit the highlight of the trip, right, guys?
Yeah.
Because we just parked next to a truck full of Saint Bernards. Look at you girls. Hello, hello. Oh, you're too big. You guys are so big. Look at those faces. Oh my God, you're so cute.
You're very cute.
Hey, Mommy.
All right, we're back. Let's see if the cats missed us.
Yeah. Cats. Hi, Mom. Oh.
Hi, Dust. He's like, we've gone wild. We've gone wild since you've been gone. Floof on the loose. Okay.
I think everything grew in the day. I like can see tulips in here now.
Let's go check out how everything looks.
Yeah, the question is, did everything die? Because it got to -4 last night with the open greenhouse, so. Looks pretty good. I don't know where the thermometer is. It got to -4 last night, but everything's fine. Didn't, not bothered. And it's currently 30 in here, but also fine. Nothing bothered. So, success! We've discovered the way to leave the house for 24 hours for a vacation in the spring. So,
Achievement unlocked.
yeah, feels pretty good. And, oh my god, what a difference a day makes. The tulips are like, they're getting massive, right? Like, we're last week of March here, and I don't know. This is like, the idea was mid-April, but I think these might be ready in sooner than 3 weeks. They look really good.
It's exciting.
Yeah. We need to get shade cloth on this tunnel to try to get the stems to be as tall as possible. And then that'll help keep it cooler in here for the ranunculus. Because the ranunculus really doesn't want it to be 30 in here.
Oh, we got another whiner. Kaya. Big whiner.
I thought you were crying for us.
It's like, no, I'm looking for Dusty.
Okay, we need to go check out the peonies because it's been like 3 days since I've done that.
I see lots of red.
They're coming up a lot more. It's pretty dry though. I think that we need to water down here if we really want to see them start popping up. So you did miss us after all? You did miss us enough to want to hang out with us? Yeah, get some good dirt. Get some good dirt. Oh yeah, this is why we called you Dusty. This is why we called you Dusty. Because you're a dirty boy. He's so dirty. He's so dirty. You're so dirty. You're so dirty.
Okay, let's go check on the seedlings.
I know. Last one to check before we know if it was 100% success.
How's everything looking here?
Looks good. It needs to get out. You know, the stalk is like getting pretty desperate to get outside. And I'm sure the Lisianthus is too. You know, we gotta prioritize tomorrow getting those in the ground. Things are starting to look really good on the inside seedlings. You know, last week the status, you know, didn't look like anything. Now it's starting to actually fill in, be, you know, actual status plants. So this I can plant next week as soon as we stop having, you know, these hard -4 type nights. And the straw flowers were really patchy germination, and I was kind of concerned about it. But now they're just like a carpet of green. So this is really exciting to see too. These are definitely ready. This is some of the other dried flower varieties. This is Winged Everlasting and another kind of like a paper daisy, I think they're called. And these are looking really happy. These want to get outside too.
I really like those paper daisies.
Yeah, they're fun. Some more status. These ones are funny. These are so upright. They haven't yet opened. They're just a little bit behind the ones up here, which, you know, the first leaves come up and then they open into the flat plant, like what they look like. This stuff's looking good too. Look at that. Little fuzzy carpet of yarrow. The leaves are getting nice and big on those. My campanula. These were all stuff that I didn't know if I'd do well on it, but it's starting to look like something. Won't be long till I can get those outside. Feverfew.
Never have enough of that.
Never have enough. That's the reason why we have two. We have a single and a double, because you can never have enough. Some ammies. We've got a white dill and green mist. You know, and these are kind of fun to see how different they're both ammy, but just different varieties. You know, very, very distinct. I love the green mist. Like it's a really pretty plant. We got some Indian summer and some snapdragons. These are the orange Potomac. These are one of our favorites. And then, you know, the job I've been ignoring. My overgrown forest of snapdragons that need to get pricked out. You know, they're like too big. They're like gonna start like budding soon. They're so big. But
whatever.
Yeah. This is probably priority number one. I should really try to get some of this done tonight. Yeah, it's looking good. Fama scabiosa. You know, the germination was poor on this and it was growing really slowly, but it has proper leaves on it now. You know, yet again, this might still need 2 weeks before it's going out. But all of this, you know, as soon as we get the plugs planted out this week, this stuff is going to be ready to go into the ground too. And then time to start some more, fill these trays back up. It's crazy. It really is fully, the season has begun. We're well into it.
It's go time.
Yeah. Don't you feel like there should be buds?
These guys are getting pretty tall.
I keep being like, these plants are so big that there should be buds on them. Like these are, you know, needing to go on the ground so much. And I don't know, that looks like a bud. That doesn't look like a leaf to me. That looks like very, very soon we're gonna be having blue anemone flowers, which was the plant that we always wanted and didn't know existed. And now we have 300 of them. Now they exist in mass. You know, I had a little bit left over on the end of the ranunculus bed. So I was thinking I can probably get one variety in with the ranunculus tunnel. And then the plan is just one center bed to be all of these 12 trays. I got 8 trays worth of ranunculus in. You think I can cram another third?
Yep.
You have faith? Or I guess it would be 50%. A 50% increase. Always walking on my stuff. You're a bad boy. It was chilly out last night, but it's a beautiful sunny day now. Today is the day that we finally get all those Lisianthus planted. There's a lot of Lisianthus. You know, the plan is 2 greenhouse beds. No more than that. That's all I'm allowed to do. But we're gonna cram a lot of plugs in there. We're gonna put about 2,000 in total, and then the leftovers, you know, the bits and pieces, we're gonna pot up and we're gonna sell to other people. We have a lot of colors on this rack. You know, we basically bought like one of every single color in the ABC, and then we have a bunch of the more formal, double, roughly ones. So it's gonna, you know, one of the hardest challenges is gonna be to know where to limit myself, when to only plant half a tray.
It's looking pretty good in here.
I know, I've been working hard. It's taken me a lot longer than I thought it would though. I thought I'd be done the row by now and be working on my other side. But I'm also getting way more than I thought into the beds. My original plan was about 1,000 plugs per bed, and I'm for sure getting more like 1,500. Might even be able to squeeze a little bit more, so it's a pretty good solution for me wanting to plant more of the ones that we have waiting for us to get, but not taking up more space on the farm. But there's gonna be a lot of Lisianthus this summer. If we plant 3,000 plugs in total, and each plant does 2 stems, that's 6,000 stems of Lisianthus. How's that make you feel, Ian?
Sounds pretty abundant.
You said you wanted infinite Lisianthus, so
We're gonna have a lot of
I'm
flowers
making your
this year.
dreams come true.
Yeah.
What do you think about being able to sell to florists? You know, we bought these originally saying that we were gonna be, you know, trying to sell a bunch of these as, you know, stuff that florists and like wedding designers would be interested in.
Well, we sold to florists last year, and they wanted white, so, you know, once we have lots of white, I'm sure that florists will be interested. I really like selling the Lizzies. They look so good in the bouquets. And they're one of my favorites for sure. People don't know what they are, ever.
I know, they almost look like roses.
That's what they generally or say that they think that they are. They're like, oh, are these a rose? Nope. They're more high end than just a rose.
And then I don't have to deal with aphidy roses.
Yeah. I like telling people, you know, like for the ranunculus and the Lizzies, they're like, oh, it's a really high-end wedding flower that you don't normally see in a market bouquet.
Heard you say that specific line so many times.
Yeah.
You said that we were talking to someone at the hot springs, and you're like, oh, we grow.
Well, it's true, because at the farmers markets, nobody's just like selling Lisianthus or ranunculus. You know, they're selling more like, you know, the stuff that you could grow as a perennial or simple annuals.
Yeah, they're more likely to be selling the roses because they have a rose bush in their landscaping, and they're cutting out of it.
And we're going for something different, right? Which gives you a little bit more cost, but could also mean that you can make more sales.
Wait, we're gonna sell these? I thought we were just gonna enjoy having them all to ourselves and hoard them all.
That does not sound like you. Because your favorite flower is green.
Money flowers. I mean, the reason why the number of Lizzies was supposed to be a limit is that there's only so many we can sell.
Yeah.
Right? You know, and like if we end up selling to florists, then the number that we can sell goes way up. But there's only so many bouquets that sell a week. And part of my plan with the Lisianthus, with, you know, planting out a lot of these like wedding ones, like what I got on this side, all these more neutral colors, is I'm going to go through and half of them I'm going to pinch. And by pinching them, I'm going to delay those. Right? So half of them will bloom up an early stem, and then the other half will bloom quite late for us if I kind of pinch it in May.
To space it out.
Yeah, and so it'll be a way for us to get a succession out of it rather than, you know, kind of having the whole greenhouse blooming at the same time. Okay, wish me luck.
Good luck.
I need to get this entire row done in the next hour. And so far I'm 2.5 hours in. So we're gonna have to increase the speed to beat the sun. What do you think, Kaya? Hey, Dusty. New day. New goal. I got half of the Lisianthus planted yesterday, so today we're gonna finish it up. We're gonna get all the ones in. I counted it, there's 18 colors in total. So that's a lot. But I have like 10 sections. So if I give each color a half section, which, you know, I can probably get like 50 to 80 Lisianthus in, you know, like a strip that wide. So it, you know, it'll be a lot. And then it'll be a total rainbow when we gotta pick it. But we gotta get this done. And then we gotta move on to the middle row of that greenhouse. If I can get the greenhouse completely planted today, then, you know, I'll be feeling pretty good on track. Spring is definitely one of the busiest times of the year. You need to be working every single day or else you can fall behind. So, you know, it's important that I'm out here, I'm getting these planted, I'm, you know, staying on top of things because, you know, having taken a day off, it means that, you know, it could compound into problems in the next couple weeks.
Slow and steady wins the race in farming. It's like, what's going on in here?
A new spot to discover. Even though it's busy, I love it. It feels amazing to be, you know, outside again, working, having green things, getting my hands in the dirt. You know, it's always such a pleasure to work in the tunnels at this time of year. It's pretty cold outside. You know, it's nice to have a coat on type temperature. You know, it's kind of like 5, 7, 8, but you come in here and it's 20 degrees. It's full on, you know, beautiful spring weather. So I'm not gonna complain about spending a few days hanging out in this tunnel.
If Serina sees you squishing her plants, she's gonna be very mad at you. In the bad boy club. You both have to learn proper farm etiquette.
Grab you.
Bad boy. Doesn't even care.
Yeah, he's giving me tail flicks.
Attitude. It's a lot of attitude.
Such a jerk. Now that the Lisianthus are planted in the greenhouse, yay! I have to deal with the leftover Lisianthus. We ended up having way less than I thought it was, but what the plan is, we're potting them up. We're putting them into 72 trays, and we're gonna sell them for $75. You know, you can't buy Lisianthus anywhere, you know, a mixed tray. I think we're gonna be able to sell them, and I'm excited to see how many we're gonna be able to do.
It's pretty easy.
I know, when you have the 2 at a time technique, then you're a master of efficiency.
Well,
Okay, now you need to get another variety. So we have a bunch.
it's fun that those things that pop in your mouth. And then I'm gonna dip the front. I know. I wait, Uzi.
Every single one of these trays is the same variety, but we're gonna do a mix in the tray so people can get all the colors.
I like this seed running.
You're speed running?
Yeah. How many trays do we have to do?
We have to do it until they're all done.
How many years is it?
I don't know. You helping Dusty?
Let's do 2 of these.
We're getting close.
4, 5, 6.
All done. 16 good trays and 2 sad ones for the kids. Those kids, when I can get them motivated with the right tools, in this case, candy, they really do make short work of these jobs. You know, we've basically trained them over the years how to do anything that there is to do on the farm, and they're quite skilled at doing transplanting and seeding and all those things. It's hard to get them to focus. Sam, what are you working on?
I'm working on putting dirt into buckets with flowers. What the wife is right here, honey. Oh my God, that Dusty again. Why Dusty?
He is a wild boy. He's happy to have company.
Yeah.
He's not much of a helper like you, but he's happy to be outside.
And after I done this job, I would get candy. Woot. What are you doing right here? No, ton. Oh my God, that wire tire. Come here, wire tire. Come here.
The Lisianthus are still looking pretty good. They are not suffering from being transplanted, which is a good sign. The greenhouse is looking pretty good. Definitely pretty happy to have it entirely filled. We ended up getting like 3,500 Lisianthus, maybe even a little bit more. I got all 800 of my stock in the center bed right behind me. It's exciting to think how there's thousands and thousands of flowers in here. It took me a lot longer than I anticipated to get this greenhouse planted. You know, I thought, 3 beds, that should take me a day. Usually takes me 2 hours per bed. It ended up taking 3 days. I felt a little bit better because my beds normally hold 400. And so fair enough, if there's 4,000 in here, it's the equivalent of planting 10 beds, not 3. So makes sense. It took 3 times as long as I thought. But yeah, no. It's exciting to think that this went from bare soil to full-on lush abundance in a matter of a couple days. You know, getting these plugs in from Ball. The timing ended up being a little awkward because we're having such a cold spring this year. Things are 3, maybe even 4 weeks later than they were, in normal years. You guys like the greenhouse? Every day I have to open up the greenhouses, close the greenhouses at night. They get really hot without any sort of venting. So I have been into the ranunculus and the tulip greenhouse, but I hadn't really been looking very closely at it. So let's go take a peek at what's going on. In my plants again. The ranunculus already looked really beautiful when I planted them out, but, there's some... Oh, look! Oh my God! Now that is exciting. That is a full-on bud. They're blooming. Okay, they're doing even better than I thought. What is happening here is, these leaves here that are bigger and more mature and kind of flopped open a bit, those were on the plants from when I planted them. But all of this in here, all this fresh leaf growth, the stuff that's very vertical, this is all fresh growth just from this week. So these plants are very happy. It was a little bit worrisome because I had to damage the roots so much, but they're bouncing back like they were not affected at all. The tulips are looking really incredible in here. We've had really warm, beautiful weather the last few days, and then, when it gets compounded with the tunnel, it leads to a lot of quick growth, and these tulips are definitely showing. I even saw some buds right in there. Won't be long! And all of these, I think we're probably 3 weeks off before we're going to be harvesting tulips. I haven't seen any sign of the daffodils yet. The plan was to have tulips and daffodils together. So, you know, the cold weather might mean that the timing's just a little off. But as soon as they come, it's going to be fun. Have the stand open again and to be back at market. Well, we're getting there. It's feeling pretty good. It's feeling like the season is fully started. You know, those greenhouses are filling up. At this point, we have 2 full greenhouses planted, and you know, that mountain of seedlings that needed to get outside, all of those overgrown plants, they're starting to get what they need. They're starting to get outside. It feels really nice to be, you know, well on our way to the start of a new farming year. Year 5, here we go. It's been a really nice spring so far, emotionally. You know, I would have never thought in year 1 that I'd be here, year 5 of my farming journey, and taking a trip in the spring. You know, having Sam, who was, you know, a baby when we first moved to the farm, out here actively helping me, actively getting a lot of work done. You know, him and Leah have done so much for me this spring. You know, it feels really nice. This is all for a purpose, right? All this planting is so that we can get to selling. And you know, it's exciting. It's not gonna be long until we have flowers cut and ready to sell. The one thing that we don't have, that we've been saying for a year that we really need, is we need a proper website. It's really limiting our ability to get the sales that we need to have. It's limiting our ability to efficiently communicate with our customers. And so I'm committing to you guys right here, right now, over the next few months. I'm gonna work on finally building my website with the help of our sponsor, Squarespace. Squarespace gives people a powerful and beautiful online platform from which to create your website. Connect with your audience and generate revenue through gated members-only content. Manage your members, send email communications, and leverage audience insights, all on one easy-to-use platform. Or create a community with their powerful blogging tools. Or use Squarespace extensions to manage inventory, promote products, and streamline bookkeeping. Or simply display posts from your social profiles. Honestly, the options feel limitless. Go to squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/youcaneatthegrass to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. And let me know, as I go into building this website, what features you would like to see me put into our website. That'd be really helpful.